Happy Sunday night. Little live Q&A. I'm inside tonight. You guys didn't think I forgot about you, did you? Hope you guys are having an awesome night. Hope you're having an awesome weekend, and I hope you are ready for Monday and this week. What's the theme for tonight's live Q&A? We do this every single Sunday night, literally sometimes 6, 7. What's up, Vince? What's up, Dylan? Sometimes 6 o'clock, sometimes 7 o'clock, sometimes 8 o'clock, and shoot, it's almost 9 o'clock tonight. It's 8:40 p.m. We do live Q&A. We hang out together. What's up, Linnell? Dude, we talk about agents. Dude, we talk about struggles. We talk about how not to struggle, how to be great at sales, how to be great at this business. My message tonight is I need your guys' help. I'm going to be speaking at the 8% Nation Insurance Conference in October at Nissan Stadium, home of the Tennessee Titans, and in Nashville. And I'm going to be talking about kind of what has scaled my business to this point. So I need your guys' help tonight. If you're joining on Facebook, please share this thing out. If you're joining on YouTube, please give a thumbs up. I love the comments and questions that we get on our live Q&A, so please keep those coming tonight. But at the conference, I'm going to talk about how I feel like everyone is always one decision away from blowing up their business, blowing up their brand, doing more than they're doing right now. Because you guys know I'm a firm believer that anyone can do anything if they will just set their mind to it and if they will just commit and go with it. Because a couple of things that I've learned is as a brand new, what's up, Robert? As a brand new insurance agent, I doubted, because as a brand new insurance agent, you'll get into this business and you'll talk to other people that get into this business. You'll talk to veterans, you'll talk to managers, other agents, and a lot of times it feels like you've got to grind in this business for literally half a dozen, 10, 20 years before you can really start to make $100K or a decent income. Well, I'm someone that naturally, because if you ask people, dude, this business is hard, 92% of agents will fail, you'll probably never see $100K. You know, you'll be lucky if you make 40 or 50K, right? I mean, that's the message that the industry is sending out to new agents. But I'm here to tell you that's not the reality. It's the truth for a lot of people, but I learned really quick that, hey, I'm going to defy the odds. I'm going to put these steps into motion to make 100K, whether I was 19 in college playing basketball, it didn't matter. I just knew that I'm someone that someone says, hey, here's the status quo. I'm someone that wants to do the opposite. I'm someone that wants to be different, to do different things, to not do what everybody else is doing. So when someone says, hey, dude, you're going to struggle in this business. What's up, Brandon? When someone says, hey, you're going to struggle in this business, or hey, it's really difficult to make 100K, or hey, it's really hard for new insurance agents to get off the ground, I'm here to tell you that that's not always the case. People like Brandon and Vince will tell you, man, it's extremely possible to create an incredible life, an awesome income, and build a business in the insurance business. But you can't believe all the people that say, hey, dude, it's hard, but you can't believe the people that say, hey, you've got to grind it out in this business. I mean, there's veterans that I know that didn't make 6 figures for the first probably 10, 15, 20 years of their career. And I knew that I didn't want to be that person. When I got in the insurance business, I said, hey, if everyone else is struggling to make 100K, and I had one person in my office of about 20 insurance agents. It wasn't my office at the time. First office I ever started at, it was a local mutual office in Springfield, Missouri. There was one insurance agent that was making, I don't know if there was any. The guy I'm thinking about, he was making, there was probably one guy making 80 to 120K a year. He had been in the business about 25 years. But I knew that, hey, I want to be different. I don't want to be that dude that grinds it out for 20, 30 years and just starts finally making 100K. So I committed immediately before I ever even started that, hey, I'm going to make 100K this year. I started crunching numbers. I started talking to other veterans, experts. Hey, how do I do it? I'm a numbers guy. This is the reason I preach, hey, see 10 people, because I soon learned that, hey, if I sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week, I'm going to make 100K. And so that's always my message to new insurance agents is, hey, go ask 10. My system is, hey, and there's some people that'll say, hey, dude, this is too small, man. You need to be seeing more. You need to be running more appointments and sitting down with more than 10 people every week. And that's great. But if 92% of agents are failing and very few are ever getting in front of 10, then why say you should get in front of 15 or 20 if probably 95 to 98% of agents never sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week? So if we know that's what it'll take to succeed, then let's do it. Then let's sit in front of 10, man. Let's sit and ask 10 people to buy. So at 19, I was in college. I was playing basketball. I was a student athlete. I was taking 21 credit hours a semester. But I knew, hey, I've committed to make 100K. Now what do I put in place to make that happen? And I knew I have to sit and ask 10 people to buy. How do I sit in front of 10 people every single week? I also saw that a lot of people were inconsistent in this business. Some people would have great weeks, horrible weeks, awesome weeks, great months, bad months, horrible months. And so I learned really quick, hey, I've got to have a consistent system to get in front of 10 people every single week. Now, I did it the hard way, but I learned a lot by doing this. I literally started out seeing 10 people every single week by having, after I got to work in my warm market, by having call nights. What I would do is, my story is, hey, I went to a college and I would get 3, 4, 5 college students to come over to my office every Monday night. I would give them a little cubicle, a script, a phone, and a cold calling list that's already been scrubbed locally in that area. And I would buy them. I would call it a call night from about 6 to 8:30 every Monday night. I would buy pizza. I would buy some iTunes gift cards, Subway gift cards, Little Caesars gift cards, whatever. And I would pass out gift cards the whole time. I'd pay them $10 per appointment that they set from cold calling for their first and second appointments, $10 each. What's up, Patricia? And then when they got to their third appointment, what's up, John? What's up, brother? When they got to the third appointment, then I started giving them $20 per appointment set. And so, what's up, Scott? Dude, this was the toughest way for me to succeed. But as a new agent at 19, I knew I had to sit and ask 10 people. So I got creative. I didn't have leads. I didn't even know what leads were. I worked at a company that didn't use leads. I talk about leads all the time and how vital and how easy and how much of a help they can be. Hello to you too. And so I literally used that call night for about 2 to 3 hours every Monday night. I would bring over college kids. I'd give them a script. Hey, this is John. I'm calling from Cody's office. Hey, there's a new what's up, Leslie? Hey, there's a new final expense product that he needs to come show you. He'll be in your area on Friday. He wants to drop off some new information. She'd drop it off in the morning or the afternoon. Because I was 19. I was in college. I was playing basketball. But I had a goal to make 100K my very first year. What's up, brother? So I knew, hey, I was fortunate enough to make $117,000. What's up? $117,361.13 in 8 months at 19 years old while in college, full-time student athlete, also playing basketball. But by doing that, I did it the toughest way possible. You guys know I'm a huge believer in leads and what leads can do to you. Leads can help you be consistent week in and week out. I did it cold calling. I did it by bringing 3 to 5 college kids and having a call night with them and motivating them and running around the room, jacking everybody up, buying them all pizza, giving away gift cards, giving away random cash, giving them $10 to $20 per appointment that they set. And I would walk out of that 2 to 3 hour call night. What's up, Dave? I would walk out of that 2 to 3 hour call night with literally 12, 15, 20 appointments from 2 to 3 hours of cold calling. Now, were these good appointments? No, these were about the worst appointments you could ever have. But it helped me get in front of a lot of people because, again, I was in college. I was playing basketball. I had games at nights and weekends and every Friday night. And we go out of town on weekends for tournaments. So I'm like, okay, for me to be consistent and for me to sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week, dude, I've got to be creative. I've got to be unique. I've got to be different. And so that was what I did to see my 10 people. And so I would walk out of that with, and you know what? A lot of times we would set 20 appointments. At least 50 to 60% of them would stand me up. They would forget. They would change their mind. They would cancel. And so, but I would still get in the door. And so what I learned to get really good at building rapport, building a relationship, building value, and becoming best friends with that prospect. Because I'm 19, dude. I've got no insurance experience, absolutely no sales experience at all. But one thing I knew was that, hey, if I get it, this is a numbers game. If I get in front of enough people, I will make 100K my first year. I did it the toughest way. And I'm not saying that's the way to do it. I'm just telling you guys my story because these are some of the things I'm going to be sharing at the 8% Nation Insurance Conference live from stage with Grant Cardone and Ray Lewis. Is during my first year, I had to get super creative because there wasn't anyone else in my office. There wasn't any new agents ever making 100K. At a local captive office like Mutual of Omaha, I started out as a career agent at Mutual of Omaha, making 35% on final expense, 50% on term. Like I think we made like 16, 17% on med sups. There was no new agents ever making 100K. And so I used the toughest thing possible to get in front of a lot of people. But that's one of the reasons why I've always been really great at running a consistent business and being consistent on a weekly basis. Is I started out the toughest way possible. So if someone goes from, hey, running 10, 15 appointments a week, from cold calling or from filling in that time with cold canvas door knocking. I used to door knock senior housing. I sold as much as 6 applications in one afternoon in evening after college on a Friday night. I went out and door knocked from about 1 p.m. till about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I door knocked a senior housing complex out in Willow Springs. I door knocked about 120 doors and was able to sell 6 final expense applications in about 9 hours of constant door knocking, just by being super enthusiastic. And so, dude, those weren't leads. Those weren't new leads. Those weren't age leads. Those weren't A, B, C, or D leads. Those were people that had no clue I was stopping by. They had no clue that this crazy little kid was going to be stopping by their door trying to sell them burial life insurance. What's up, Carlos? But I knew that, hey, if I get in front of enough people, I'm going to make 100K. And so by doing those things, by cold calling, by cold door knocking, by door knocking on people's neighbors at every appointment, I mean, the tough stuff, the stuff that no one in my office was willing to do. Because literally within 3 to 6 months, I had sales managers from Mississippi, St. Louis, Wisconsin, California, Texas, Florida, all calling our, what's up, brother? All calling, what's up, Marcel? All calling our local office. These were sales managers to Mutual of Omaha, career company, captive company. These were sales managers with Mutual of Omaha, district sales managers from offices all over the country. I'm leading the nation as a rookie. And they're saying, dude, what in the world is this little 19-year-old kid doing? He's in college playing basketball. Fortunately, I was out producing entire offices some weeks. There'd be offices of 6, 8, 10, 12 agents in like Mississippi, and I'd be out producing the whole office. But once I told them, hey, I'm cold calling, I'm cold door knocking, dude, I'm just freaking putting my nose to the grindstone and getting it. They were blown away. What's up, Megan? They were blown away by the fact that this 19-year-old kid was just doing the things that other people were unwilling to do. I wasn't working leads. I wasn't working hot prospects. I had already worked my warm market. I just did whatever it took. How did you cold call without being provided leads? I would use, I think the company was called like USA Data. This has been literally like 8, 9 years ago. USA Data. I used to buy lists for 3 cents a name, and I used to pass out lists and scripts and bring over college kids and cold call. Now, there's way easier ways to do it, and we help We help about 1,200 agents a month at Secure Agent Mentor with leads, with hot leads. Dude, before I even knew what I was doing, I called the phone book at 19. When I would go into an area, I would go travel for a couple nights and door knock an area, call the phone book. Dude, I didn't even know what I was doing. But at the time, again, I knew I had to see people. My average weekly AP was about $4,000 a week at that age. Thank you, Albert. Thanks for the question, Patricia. But you got to remember, I'm on a 35 to 50% contract, and I don't know any better. And so I would average $4,000 or $5,000 a week of total annual premium every single week by being consistent and sitting and asking 10 people to buy every single week. Bob, we only do leads for life and health, unfortunately, buddy. Maybe home and auto eventually. But by doing that, I was consistent. I knew, hey, I'm going to hit my numbers. I'm going to make 100K. I'm going to make this Chairman's Council trip. My first year, I was Rookie of the Year for this World Series baseball contest. I got to go to the World Series. I got to go to the only 5-star resort in California my very first year with about 40, 50, 60 others of the top agents in the country out of thousands of agents. But I was able to do it. And it wasn't, I'm telling you guys, it wasn't like Cody was just super crazy. I know I started out with Mutual Omaha, career company, captive company. I didn't know any better. 50% for term, 35% for final expense. Guys, I was 19, right? But by getting in, no insurance experience, no sales experience. I wasn't even any good. I had personality. I related to people. I listened to Brian Tracy's The Art of Closing the Sale every single day, all day, every day. I'm telling you what, I became obsessed. You guys know my personality. When I get excited about something, I'm freaking all in. Like this conference, dude, Cody has no business throwing an insurance conference at an NFL stadium with 2,000 people with Grant Cardone, Ray Lewis, and Tim Story and Michael Burt. Cody has no business doing it. But I believe in myself, and I believed in myself back then, which is why I listened to audiobooks. Literally, I would be traveling to tournaments and basketball games at 19, 20 years old, and I would be listening to sales audiobooks. All these other 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, they thought I was nuts, man. And dude, I was nuts. But I was committed to being successful. So that's my message. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about at the 8% Nation Insurance Conference is I was committed and I made a decision to succeed. No matter what my situation is, there's people that believe, hey, you can't succeed at 30, 50, 40, 50, 60% commission. Dude, I'm living proof that you can succeed at anything. I can succeed at 10% commission. Now, it's horrible. No one should ever get paid that low, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're consistent. What matters is that you get in front of people. There's a lot of people that'll come on the insurance forum or that'll come on Facebook or all these Facebook groups or my videos or comments and bash all these people that are with all these different companies. Dude, who cares? At the end of the day, the reason people fail isn't because of the company they're with. They don't fail because of their experience. They don't fail because of a lack of training. They don't fail because of a lack of leads. They simply fail because they don't do whatever it takes and they don't sit and ask at least 10 people to buy every single week. You can take the worst salesperson you know and literally put them in front of 10 people every week, and I promise you, they'll learn their product along the way. They'll learn how to run an appointment, and I can teach someone how to run a structured 4-step appointment process that finishes with 5 benefits, 3 options, and a close. Literally, where they're going through 5 benefits, they're asking trial closes along the way. They're giving them 3 options, and they're asking the person which one they like the most. Which of these 3 are you most comfortable with, Betty? And then they shut up. Anyone can succeed if they get in front of people. Anyone at all. It doesn't matter. Insurance experience and sales experience is irrelevant. Insurance knowledge and product knowledge, carriers may get upset. Don't tell them I said this. It's irrelevant. Being the most relatable and like, you know, the most upbeat, enthusiastic person, it helps. But I'm here to tell you, the worst salesperson in the world with no insurance experience. I can throw them in front of 10 people a week and they'll succeed. That's why I believe more than anything else, agents need a system that they plug into, that they freaking get it done every single week. You guys know I'm a believer that, what's up, Orlando? What's up, Trevor? Thanks, Patricia. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Bob. I'm a believer that if an agent has a system they can plug into and they can sit with 10 people every single week, they will succeed. I was living proof at 19 with a career captive company like Mutual Omaha with no insurance knowledge whatsoever. I failed my test twice. I didn't even pass my insurance test till the third try. I'm not even good at, I'm not that great at tests. I'm smart as they get, but I hate taking tests. I didn't even like going to school. I went to school to play basketball and to get an insurance degree, right? I didn't even get an insurance degree, but you guys see where I'm going. I learned a lot about insurance and I made a lot of money while in college and then blew it all on cars and pizza and a bunch of other stuff. But all those things don't matter if you do not get in front of people. The best salesperson in the world or the most knowledgeable insurance product knowledge person in the world will fail if they do not consistently get in front of people. Sales closer, that's right, buddy, 8%. If they do not get in front of people week in and week out, it doesn't matter. Leslie was on earlier. She just did, I just saw one of her posts on Facebook. She did 50K in a week of annual premium. I've never done $50,000 of quote unquote annual premium by myself in 1 week. I mean, that's unreal. But if Leslie don't get in front of people next week, guess what? She may have a goose egg. But she knows, because she's been doing this long enough and she's freaking killer at her job, you can tell just by being friends with her on Facebook, that you can dominate this industry, write your own paycheck, become independent, have all the freedom in the world, always make six figures, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $10 million one day, whatever your goal is. There's people in this business that make $100 million. Dude, there's companies that are billion-dollar companies, and people will get on videos and forums and trash talk them and stuff, but I'm here to tell you, dude, I'm impressed by the small companies that do well. I'm impressed by the big companies that do well. And I learn stuff from people all the time. I don't care what company they're with. I don't care what product they sell. I don't care how long they've been in the business. I learn stuff from people all the time. Vince Spampanato from North Star. Leslie is a beast. What's up, Paul? I was at, Vince stopped by our office. He from North Star Insurance Advisors. He's going to be speaking at the 8% Nation Insurance Conference. I learn stuff from him every day. I learned stuff at him by him stopping at our office and hanging out with us and talking and us walking around and just, I learned stuff from bouncing ideas off of people, from meeting new people. That's why I loved, what's up, Lakita? I absolutely loved, we got YouTube down below. If you guys aren't checking us out on YouTube, you got to do it. If you're on Facebook, please share the stream out. We got Facebook up above and YouTube down below. That's why I love the 10X Growth Con, Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference, the number 2 in Las Vegas back in February, into February, like 23rd through the 26th, something like that. I absolutely loved it because I learned tangible nuggets. And I also met people that impacted my business. And I also met people and networked with people and still talk to people that I met there. But we learned stuff that people, I don't care if people believe this or not. I learned stuff at that conference that literally, people won't believe it, 4x'd, a little more than 4x'd our business within 4 months. Just by going and soaking up stuff. I mean, people hate Tai Lopez. They think he's a scam. Tai Lopez was one of my favorite speakers at the 10X Growth Con, because Tai Lopez, getting to see that dude, what was really cool, and you guys should have been there. Tai Lopez was actually, he was having people say their website out loud, and then he would pull their website up on the huge mega screens in this arena, and he would diagnose their website for them. And you got to see how creative that dude was and how that dude's mind worked just by him getting to do that. And what's funny is They diagnosed what Vince? I think Vince was there too. I think they diagnosed like 4 or 5, maybe a half a dozen websites. What's really cool is at least 2 or 3 of the websites that they diagnosed were in the insurance space. That was what was really cool, and that was one of the things that I learned instantly was we got to improve our website big time, because he talked about with the website how you need to see people's faces. People like faces. You know, there needs to be a obvious, when you land on a page, it needs to be obvious. This is what this person does. They look friendly and relatable, and here's a call to action for them to take action immediately. If your message is farther down the page, or if it's a picture of a cartoon, or just a picture of, you know, the beach or someone's feet or something, like that's not relatable. And so I learned, I mean, people ask me all the time, dude, why do you go to conferences? Like, what's the point? Because I learned stuff that I implemented in my business that revolutionizes my business immediately. Being at the Growth Con, I took away tangible things. And yeah, the Growth Con, Cardone, he probably overprices tickets. They're probably way too expensive. But I knew I was gonna get a return from whatever I spent on the tickets. So I went. My wife and I sat front row. We were there for 4 days, and we were there for a week. But the conference was 4 days. We got the 4th day for being premier ticket holders. But dude, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. I learned tangible stuff at that conference that I will never forget, and that I've implemented into our business and that have helped. Same thing is going to happen at 8% Nation Insurance Conference. There's people that are dogging this conference. There's people that are saying, hey, don't waste your money on tickets to a conference. This conference is going to be ridiculous. Jason Daniels is joining. Actually, for those that are just now joining on either Facebook or YouTube, you guys have got it. We got about a dozen on YouTube and about a half a dozen on Facebook. I will be doing a live interview with Jason Daniels on the Home of the Hustle, live on Facebook. It's Home of the Hustle. I'll make sure I share it out tomorrow night. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I believe, with Jason. He's good. He's good friends with Coach Michael Burt. I'm a big fan of Coach Michael Burt. I got to know Coach Michael Burt. See you tomorrow evening, my man. You got it, brother. Dude, Jason's a good dude, man. He's one of the monsters, man. I got to sit front row and listen to Coach Michael Burt at the 8% Nation Insurance Conference, and no one has a bigger heart than that dude. No one is more relatable than that guy. That guy, you can tell, dude, his britches aren't too big. His head's not swole because of all, you know, his celeb status at all. That dude is down to earth, and he's just a good dude that you want to hang out with. He'll be at the conference as well. Tim Story, probably the best public speaker, the best motivational public speaker I've ever seen in my life. The dude, it's incredible how good he is. I'm talking tonality, inflection, enthusiasm, lack of tonality, you know, getting low when needs. I'm telling you what, that dude was incredible. Grant Cardone, probably one of the best salespeople on the planet at this point. Super well known. He's got like 6 million followers on Facebook. He'll be at the conference. Ray Lewis, come on, man. How can I forget Ray Lewis? Ray Lewis just got inducted last night into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That dude's gold jacket was drenched because that dude was excited. What's up, Derek? That dude was jacked up. And Ray Lewis is good. That dude will probably leave freaking just drenching from head to toe after he speaks for about an hour at the 8% Nation Insurance Conference, live on stage at Nissan Stadium. But dude, I like that, man. Sales closer says, "Hey, you ought to release like an agent sales boot camp like GC has." We've thought about doing a bunch of events across the country next year. Tim's story is so powerful, brother, dude. He's incredible. If you're just not joining on Facebook, please share this thing out. If you're on YouTube, keep the thumbs up coming. Thank you, and keep the questions and comments coming, dude. I love doing live Q&A with you guys. We're coming up on about 30 minutes. I love doing live Q&A. You know what's funny is I always plan on going for about 30 minutes, and then literally, dude, I end up here for sometimes 60 minutes, sometimes 90 minutes. I think I've been on as long as 2 hours before because I just get excited. Where do you get your leads? You can get our leads at secureagentmentor.com, or you can call into our office tomorrow, and I'll make sure that one of our business consultants hooks you up. tell him you heard Cody's stream. He said you guys would give me a good deal or whatever. You can call 833-40-AGENT, 833-40-AGENT. And Orlando, I saw your message, buddy. You're commenting on my Cody Askins that I shared into the group. You've got to comment on the main Secure Agent Mentor for everybody to see it and for me to see yours. Shared. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that, brother. Dude, I'm a huge fan of Michael Burtman. Dude, I got to see some of your some of your live training you got to do the other day with Coach Burtman. You did really well, buddy. That's cool. We just celebrated my mom's 50th birthday party last night, and we had a DJ. There was about 40-50 people there, and they wanted everybody to move to the end of the room for the surprise. They wanted then to move everybody back for the cutting of the cake. They wanted someone to speak. And so I'm like, shoot, I took the mic. I think I spoke at least 3 times because I'm like, I told the guy, I'm like, dude, I've never spoken in front of more than probably 80, 100 people. Well, I lied. I was a best man and had to give a best man speech at a wedding last May, 16, 17 months ago. Maybe there may have been 150, 200 people there. But I told the guy, I'm like, hey, I got to speak at a huge, what's up, Diana? I told the DJ last night, I said, hey, I got to speak at a huge insurance conference at Nissan Stadium in front of like 2,000 insurance agents with Grant Cardone and Ray Lewis and Tim Story and Coach Burt. What's up, James? So I said, hey, dude, I took the mic. I said, dude, I need some practice, bro. So I jumped on the mic for a couple minutes and kind of led the festivities a little bit and to talk about how awesome my mom is and that kind of thing. So that was cool. If you're just now joining, we've been talking about what I was able to do as a new agent at 19, how I was able to make 117K in 8 months at 19 while in college playing basketball. We talked about why agents fail, how you can be a part of the 8%. More important than anything, seeing people consistently every single week. I recommend at least 10. What's up, D? What's up, James? I always recommend at least 10. See 10 people every single week. If you see 10, I need to trademark that. See 10, ask 10, whatever. That's all. I mean, that's all it takes. Nothing else matters. If you sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week, you'll make you will fall into $100,000 whether you like it or not. Hey, Cody, does it make sense to load up data from ListJack onto a dialer for live transfers to supplement your leads? Dude, what's up, Ty? Dude, if you're not getting in front of enough people, if you're not happy with the amount of people you get in front of, you got to either buy more leads, you got to make more calls, cold calls, you got to door knock, old leads, new leads, door knock your leads. You got to do whatever it takes because at the end of the day, you've got to see 10 people if you want to succeed. If you're just not joining on Facebook, please click share and share this thing out. We got Jason, Vince, Patricia, Diana, Ty. We got several on Facebook. We got about a dozen on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining. We've got about 33 minutes. Ty, I was telling him about last night how I stole the mic for a couple minutes a few different times. I told the DJ I needed some practice. I got to go speak in front of 2,000 insurance agents in an NFL stadium with Grant Cardone and Ray Lewis. I'm like, dude, I need some practice. Minimally 10, exactly, Patricia. Minimally 10. If you sit and ask 10 people to buy, I love that. If you sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week at an absolute minimum, you'll make 100K and it don't even matter what commission level you're on. It doesn't matter what commission level it doesn't matter even what you're selling, what company you're with. If you're consistent, I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons that 92% of agents fail, or about 92. I've had people say, well, you know what, how do you know that 8% nation statistic is correct? How do you really know that 8% of people actually succeed? Dude, it's online, it's on websites, it's on LIMRA, but nothing's ever 100% accurate. It may be 7.4, it may be 4.8, it may be 1.2, it may be 10. Who cares? The point is, we know that over 90% fail. So our mission and the purpose of this conference is to bring attention to the fact that whether it's 7, 8, or 9% of agents succeed, whatever the number is, it ain't high enough. So the number is less of a problem than the fact that over 90% of people fell in the insurance business. Ray Lewis was jacked up last night, dude. Ray Lewis was jacked up. Ray Lewis, if you guys didn't see his Hall of Fame induction speech, he was just inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame 2018. One of the best linebackers of all time. When he spoke for about 33 minutes, and second longest speech of all time at the Hall of Fame induction. They normally like him to go about 20 minutes. His back was through his green jacket. His back was covered in sweat. His arms were covered in sweat. I mean, the dude was hyped. He was excited. Ray Lewis is a good speaker, though. I know that I'm going to learn some tangible nuggets from Ray Lewis, but he's also going to motivate me to new heights. As excited as you guys are about 8% Nation and what that's going to be like, I promise you, I'm more excited. Just to get, I know I had to pay these big speakers to come, but I'm excited just to freaking meet them backstage and hang out with them and get to hear them speak, get to go on stage and introduce them, whatever. I'm super, super hyped up about that. I'm with you, brother. Melinda, yes, you do. Well, you know what? You say I need to do final expense again. If that's your niche, I believe I love final expense. But like Ty on Facebook, his niche is Medicare. Other people's niche maybe just life insurance. Some people's niche earlier, Bob's was home and auto. Like everybody's niche is different. And the key is find your niche. They always say riches are in the niches. Chris Westfall says that. Other people have said that for years. Riches are in the niches. So find what your niche is in the insurance business and then sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week. If you're on Facebook, please click share and share this thing out. You need to sit and see 10 people. I bet Vince in their call center, man, I guarantee you, they want people talking to probably 8-10 people a day. The more people they talk to, the better chance they're going to have of making sales and making money. It's all about consistency. It's all about tracking your numbers. It's all about getting in front of so many people week in and week out. Some people are big on like daily numbers. Some people are big on like monthly numbers, quarterly numbers, annual numbers. I'm big on weekly numbers because I may have a bad day. I may have a bad couple of days. But if I get in front of enough people, my numbers will average out. I mean, worst case scenario, if I sit in front of 10 people, even if I have a bad week and they're horrible leads, bad appointments, they hate my guts, they're in a bad mood, they got to run out of the house, they're broke, they're in horrible health. No matter what happens, I'm going to close 3 or 4 apps. I mean, 3, 4, 5 apps, even if I have a bad week off of sitting with 10 people. Cody, your interview with Westfall was epic, mate. You killed it. I did one with David Duford. I don't know if and most of you guys pronounce his name wrong, by the way. I don't think I've actually done with Westfall, but David Duford did. Cody, talk about how agents can get in front of hundreds of people selling final expense over the phone. You guys know that I love face-to-face, and I absolutely love, what's up, DJ, selling over the phone. We've got a little call center office. I've been selling over the phone for a little while. I started a small call center that got up to about 80 apps a month back in 2015 with Ty. Agents can see the business is going that direction. There's no doubt. A lot of people do phone sales. Vince is great at it, man. I enjoy it. North Star does it super, super well. What's up, DJ? Man, agents can get in front of a lot of people every single week and be super consistent by at least knowing how to. I mean, some people don't want to ever sell over the phone, and that's fine. At the end of the day, do one or the other and be great at it and be consistent about it. But just because you don't, maybe you're horrible on the phone, you're a door knocker. At least know how to do it, because maybe you get a lead out of your area, maybe you get a lead out of state. Maybe you get a family member that wants to buy another state. At the end of the day, you're going to end up selling over the phone at some point, whether you like it or not. It's just part of the business. Cody, what should the cost per acquisition on 30 leads be for field sales of final expense using your leads? Cost per acquisition should be about, it's always going to be about 70 to 100 bucks. It should be about 70 to 100 bucks if you're doing it right and if you know what you're doing. You could say 75 to 125 to be a piece to be conservative. But most people think, well, dude, that sounds like a lot of money. Yeah, but if you're going to average, most people average 700 of AP, 720 of AP. If you're going to make $500-600 up front, then Who cares if, wouldn't you trade $100? Say you sold 1 out of every 5 leads. 20% is kind of low for our leads, but we'll just put it that way because I like being conservative. Well, I don't, but for the sake of this video, I will. Say you're closing 20%. That's 1 out of 5. Say you paid $25. Say worst case scenario, you're at $125 of cost per acquisition per sale. You wouldn't trade 125 for about $700. Dude, you would do that as many times as the bank would let you do it. I need to do a lead program again. I had some health issues, had to stop. I need to get onto a program again, but with a different company than I used before. Maybe try telesales this time out. Cool, Melinda. I'm sorry to hear about the health issues. We wish you the best. Hope all goes well with that. And if we can help in any way, or if anybody else can, please let us know. We're here for you. We wish you the absolute best. What other questions you guys have? It's about 9:21 at night. I've been going about 41 minutes so far. You're going to be hearing about 7 seconds. If you're on Facebook, please click share. If you're on YouTube, you're welcome. Keep the thumbs up coming. Keep the questions and comments coming. What other questions you guys have before we wrap this thing up here in a couple minutes? Get better soon, absolutely. What other questions you guys have? I'm going to challenge you. I'm not gonna hard sell you, but I am going to tell you that if you get a chance to go to this 8% Nation Insurance Conference, and you'll go to 8%nation.com to get your ticket, or you'll call in and bribe the sales guys. Are you a brokerage house? I try not to talk about recruiting on videos, but Patricia, I do own an agency that I don't run. I'm a part of a 1-hour training every week for that agency, but I've got an agency director that runs that because I like to keep things separate. That's a great question. I got to answer it honestly since you brought it up. Do me a favor. Anybody that's going to be at the 8% Nation Conference, when you're there, I don't care if I'm walking down the stairs, if I'm walking through the hotel, if I'm on the elevator, if you're backstage and I'm walking past you, if I'm on the stage, or whatever. You see me sitting down, you see me at a booth, you see me walking around, you see me hanging out with Ray Lewis, Grant Cardone, whatever. Stop me and say hello. I'm not naturally, believe it or not, you guys won't believe this, I'm not naturally the most social person in the world. I come across like a very social, bubbly, big personality, but I'm really not the most social person when it comes to chamber events or networking events and stuff. But stop me. I will spend a few minutes with you. I'll get to know you. We'll go hang out, drink I don't drink soda, so we'll say we'll drink some water or sweet tea, or people drink alcohol, whatever. Stop me though, seriously. I'd love to. I want to hang out with you guys. If you're there, make sure message me on Facebook. If you're wondering what to do, honestly, who else would say this? If you guys are there at 8% Nation on Thursday night or Friday night, what's up, Kelly? If you're wondering, hey, say it's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and you guys are still in Nashville and you don't know what to do, you don't know who to hang out with. It's probably my mom. I was just talking about you earlier, Mom, about your 50th and your party last night, or maybe my dad, who's going to be speaking at the 8% Nation Conference. If you guys are in Nashville and you're hanging out and you don't know what to do, it's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, you're all by yourself, message me on Facebook Messenger. I'll tell you where I'm at, and you can hang out with me and the team and Vince and my dad and Ty and everybody else, because that's what we're here for. Thank you all for joining on YouTube. Any other questions or comments? Appreciate everybody on Facebook sharing this thing out. That's super nice of you. I want to hang out. We've been talking about, hey, how 92% of agents fail. The things that I did at 19, 20 years old to make 100K in the business. Why 8% of agents succeed. How being consistent can also help you make a lot of money and actually make sure that you're successful. We talked about Ray Lewis last night, his induction speech. We talked about Grant Cardone, Tim Story, Coach Michael Burke. We talked about how the things that I'm going to talk about at this conference. I'm going to talk about thinking big. I'm going to talk about how everyone's one decision away from changing their life. I'm going to talk about my story and how I was able to succeed at an early age. Cody, when you were offering those 6 Sam Nike polos for sale, bro, we need to have, what's up, Chris? We need to have some of those at 8% Nation Conference at the Secure Agent Mentor vendor booth. We need to get those on the site. I've got to tell the girls to do that. So I've been asked about those Secure Agent Mentor Nike polos probably 24 times over the last couple months. So we may have to end up putting those on the site. We're going to go about 45 minutes. Thank you guys for joining. You guys are incredible. Melinda, we hope you get feeling better soon. What's up, Joshua on Facebook? Hope you guys are doing well. If you're on YouTube, please give a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, please click share and share this thing out, and keep the questions and comments coming. What are the questions you guys have before we roll out tonight? Everyone listening to Cody right now needs to buy a ticket to the conference he is putting on. Thank you, Vince, dude. It's putting on a conference is no small feat. I want to challenge you guys. There's something right now in your life that you're thinking about pulling the trigger on, that you're thinking about doing. There's something that you know you should be doing. Do it. I know there's going to be fear involved. I know you're going to have to overcome a lot of fear. I know you're going to have to, because what happens in my life is when I think about wanting to do something, the more I think about it, the less likely it is to happen, because the more I think about it, the bigger the fear grows. And so if I think something's a good idea, I take time out of the equation and I do it immediately. Like the conference, I was hanging out with my dad and my family. We were in a pool at a country club the day before Memorial Day. And I said, hey, we started talking about a conference. And I said, you know what? I think I need to throw a conference. And before you know it, literally within a week to 2 weeks, I had publicly released that I was going to be throwing an insurance sales conference. And here we are. And it's been the toughest, craziest ride of my life. It's challenged me personally more than I ever dreamed. It's insane. It's nuts. It's got me thinking bigger, taking more action. It's got me doing things I never thought I would do. It's got me out of my comfort zone like crazy. And some people would say, well, Cody, you know what, dude, you do videos all the time. You seem to, never get uncomfortable. Dude, I promise you, I'm just like you guys. I get uncomfortable. I freak out. I wake up some days like, dude, what am I doing? And other days I'm like, dude, you can do more. You're not doing enough. Like, we all have these mind games we play with ourselves. I'm the same way. Thank you, Melinda. You got it. I'll have to look into all this further. The upcoming conference. Yes, it's 8%nation.com. It's at Nissan. It's at an NFL stadium in Nashville, October 26th and 27th. 8% Nation. Thank you, Vince, for doing that, buddy. It's 8% Nation. It's in Nashville. It's at Nissan Stadium. We just released the host hotel, by the way. The host hotel for the conference is the Fairlane Hotel. Fair Lane, just like it sounds. It's a 4-star boutique hotel. It isn't cheap. We got about $100 off per night, discount wise, but it's super, super cool. We've also, but also, shoot. I want you guys to stay on budget. I want you guys to spend as little money as you have to enjoy yourself and to learn a lot and to take tangible stuff back to your business. We've put 2-star, 3-star, and 4-star hotels at discounted rates, as much as $300 a night or as little as $60, $70 a night on our website at 8%nation.com. We've also got a customhotels.com link that you guys can use to go get a hotel room. The Fairlane Hotel, the host hotel, is about 0.6 to 0.7 miles away from the stadium, so it's really close. It's technically within walking distance. If someone wants to walk about a half a mile to 3/4 of a mile. We're going to have the VIP party at the Fairlane Hotel that Friday night. We're going to start. My team will be there on Wednesday. We're going to start setting up on Thursday. We're going to spend. I'll be at the Nissan Stadium. If you're there, come by and say hello. I'll be at the Nissan Stadium all day on Thursday, setting up. We're setting up the stage, the speakers, the screens, the videos, the video screens, the mics, the DJ, the vendors, the vendor area, the VIP lounge. We'll be setting up all the seats. We'll be setting up all the signage. We'll be setting up the check-in. We'll be setting up all the security area. We'll be setting up all of this, and we'll be there all day on Thursday. And we'll even have check-in from like noon or 2 to like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. We'll be early. We'll be registration and then late registration. Should you come in Friday morning? We had a few people buy tickets today, and one guy messaged me and said, "Hey, we had several VIP tickets yesterday. Someone messaged me and said, "Hey, I live close. Can I just come in Friday morning. And yeah, we're going to have late registration between 7:30 and 9 a.m. at the stadium that morning, Friday morning, the 26th. And then we'll go from about 9 to 5. We're going to have 4 different areas. So day 1 in the morning, there's going to be 4 speakers, and they're going to talk about how to become a marketing master. And then in the afternoon, day 1 p.m., we're going to have vendor breaks. We're going to have like an 90-minute lunch break. It's not going to be just listen to speakers like crazy every minute of every day. We're going to break it up and do some fun stuff. But then the second half of the day is on living an ideal life. My dad's going to talk about that. Tim Story, Ray Lewis. And then day 2 in the morning, day 2 a.m., will be all about $1 Million Sales Summit. And we'll be doing that. We'll be talking about $1 Million Sales Summit. We'll have guys that are sales guys, like Vince Pompanato, probably speaking in that moment, because the dude's got a multi-million-dollar sales business. And then day 2 p.m. Is probably where I'll be speaking. Everything's subject to change, but I could see me speaking. Ryan Palomino probably in the morning on day 1. In the morning on day 2, day 2 in the afternoon will probably be myself and Tyler Rees. Obviously, Coach Michael Bird and Grant Cardone will finish out on day 2. We should get done about 5 o'clock on Saturday, and then I'm going to take the whole team out for a little celebration party that night, just because they're going to have to put in a ton of work. So, any questions about the conference related? I know. I try to focus these videos every Sunday night, these live Q&As on providing value, and we did for about 45 minutes. Well, are there any questions? Yeah, Nashville is an awesome city. I love it. Thank you, Melinda. What are the questions you guys have about anything in general? Do you guys have any questions about the conference? Are there any questions related to the 8% Nation Insurance Conference that you guys have questions about that you want me to address or answer for you? Are there any questions at all that I can help answer about the 8% Nation Insurance Conference? We get a lot of questions about it. We're trying to put as much information as we can on our site. We're starting to put even more and more stuff on the site. What other questions do you guys have about the conference, if anything, before we wrap this thing up? I appreciate you guys joining every single Sunday night for live Q&A for about an hour to an hour and a half. I'm extremely excited about the conference. I'm excited to hang out with you guys. I'm excited to do some good stuff. So what other questions you guys have? Is this about the insurance business in general? I'm sorry I jumped on a little late. It is. Yeah, it's about insurance sales, mostly about sales. It'll be about anything. I mean, people can show up and be in roofing sales and car sales, and they'll still have to have some awesome takeaways. Yeah, it'll be about the insurance business, specifically insurance sales. Is the target. It's a national insurance sales conference that my team, Secure Agent Mentor and 8% Nation, is hosting and throwing and putting on. If you're on Facebook, please share this thing out. Please click share and share this so that your friends and family get a chance to see this. What other questions? Thank you. Great question, Melinda. Appreciate you jumping on. If you're on YouTube at Secure Agent Mentor, please thumbs up. What other questions you guys have about the conference? You're welcome. What other questions you guys have about the conference? Any other questions about the conference at all? Did you sell Medicare supplements or mostly final expense? My first 2 years in the business, I only sold life insurance, a lot of final expense mostly, but I did sell some term in UL as well, so I can't say I didn't. But once I got past my second year, I started diving into Medicare a little bit, sold some med subs. I sold as many as 25 med subs, 25, 30 med subs in 1 month from cold calling and cold door knocking and sending out mailers. That was back before I was an independent agent as well. We also ran a Medicare and final expense call center for a while. Still have another one now. So great question. Thanks, Patricia. Patricia and Melinda have been awesome. All you guys have been awesome, but those 2 ladies have been super awesome. Also, ladies, I promise to get some. We've got Olivia from SMS that's going to be speaking a part of Medicare Cafe. I will have some other female speakers. I know they're not on the agenda right now, and for that I'm sorry. but we will have some awesome female speakers. I had one lady in a group that said she was really excited to. No, you're good, Patricia. Please keep it coming. No, you're doing awesome. One lady said that she's super excited for the conference. She's going, but that her competitive side came out because we didn't have any female speakers yet. And I promise we will have some, and some really good ones. We're talking to a couple right now. I can't mention their names. We've got a few that you've heard of we've got a couple that are big time too. So make sure you're there. All right, we've been going about an hour. Any other questions at all on Facebook or on YouTube before we close up shop? I love doing this with you guys every single Sunday night. Hope you guys have an incredible week. Hope you dominate your week. Do me a favor. Go ask 10 people to buy whatever you're selling. You do that this week, and I promise you do that this week and every week after this week. You'll make $100K, $250,000 every single year, and you'll never have to worry about money ever again. You'll be free. You'll have all the freedom in the world. This business can help you do that, so make sure that you do that. All right. Any other questions? You guys are incredible. You guys are awesome. We've had about probably, I would say, about 100 agents join on YouTube over the last hour. About 24 comments. Facebook probably quite a bit as well. Probably maybe a couple hundred. There's always more on Facebook. Are you doing solely telesales now, or do you still book in-home presentations? I don't physically sell anymore. I run 4 different insurance-based companies, but I work with people that do both, and I have companies that still do both. Mr. Fryer asked on YouTube. That's a great question. It's a really good question. Any other questions before we wrap this one up? Any other questions at all before we wrap this up tonight? Hope you guys have an incredible week. Hope you dominate the week. Hope you have a killer week. Do you take calls during the week? I do. I do. If you ask nicely, most of the time we have to. Well, I do. If you call our office 833-40-AGENT, most of the time they'll schedule a time to talk to me or put it on my calendar, coaching call or whatever. If you call in tomorrow and say, hey, if you're listening right now, this only applies if you're listening right now, and you say, hey, Cody said I can call and talk to him for a second. Call tomorrow and I'll talk to you. And just, hey, I talked to Cody, or I asked Cody last night. He said that he would talk to me for a couple of minutes. So just call and tell either Callie or Jess or Dave or whoever, or Bethany or Lauren, and they'll I'll make sure that they if I'm busy, that we at least schedule time to talk. So you're welcome. All right, you guys are incredible. Have an awesome night. If you're on Facebook, please click share. If you're on YouTube, please give a thumbs up. You guys are incredible. Have an awesome week. I look forward to you seeing you at the APC Nation Insurance Conference. Go see and ask 10 people to buy this week. Make this the best week of your life. You guys are incredible. Have an awesome night. See you guys. Thank you so much for being on YouTube.